I can't afford my friend's destination wedding, and she is not taking it well. What else can I say to her so she doesn't destroy our friendship? I told my friend I cannot be her bridesmaid anymore because I can't afford her wedding package. It's just under $3,000 per person, and I have a family of 4. I can't afford just for myself to go. And even if I did, it's a week before Christmas and my husband would have to take the work off. So in the end, we decided I just can't go. I told her gently and I made sure she felt the love, but a few weeks later, she lost it when I said I was going to Comic-Con. She said she's hurt that I'm not prioritizing her wedding and not saving money instead of blowing money on mini family vacations. She told me how I should be handling my finances if I'm in a financial pickle and how you should be saving, because that's how she was able to attend her sister's wedding. After a lot of back and forth, me being very understanding, sharing way too much about my finances and telling her I would go in a heartbeat if I could make it work, she completely ignored everything I said and is taking it very personally. And basically told me not to come. Even if I somehow made it financially work, it wouldn't feel genuine. I feel her guilt tripping isn't genuine, and she just doesn't like that her ratio from groomsman to bridesmaid isn't even. It looks like her fiance's friends care more for him than her friends. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it's interesting that she was fine with it at first, and then a few weeks later, all of a sudden something changed. My husband privately texted her that it is about finances, and I'm defeated that I can't see her get married. She was so cold to him, and it's so unlike her. She talks and thinks like a therapist. I'm shocked this is her reaction. I want to scream at her. She shouldn't have picked a destination wedding if she needed everyone there. This is a tough one, because I genuinely feel like if she really wanted you there, she'd find a way to make it work. She's basically saying me not putting my life on hold with my family to be able to afford her wedding is showing how much our relationship means. How do I gently but firmly word it to her she doesn't completely throw away 15 years of friendship? Okay, important things to note. I forgot to mention, I threw her an engagement party because I was scared of not being able to go to the wedding. So I made sure I did other bridesmaid duties to make her feel special and loved. I made sure to be at every event to celebrate her, even when her own sister didn't. Oh, but not the $1,200 bachelorette weekend. She has an apology this morning, basically saying, I'm sorry, you're poor in a condescending way, even though ironically this is the richest we've ever been and still hovering above living in the red every month. Okay, I'm glad she somewhat apologized. You know, coming from a bride, it is disappointing to find out that people can't come to your wedding. But when you make plans for a destination wedding, you gotta be okay with it. You know, it might sting at first, you might be upset, and like, you'll get over it. You will. Yeah, maybe it's coming from a place of like, oh God, I have no friends, like nobody cares about me, nobody wants to like be there for me, you know, this like fear that she has. I don't know. I know for me, when people cancel on like big life events, like right before, there's this thing in my head that when I was a kid, nobody showed up to my birthday party, and like that still echoes. And so I get kind of upset because it's like that past me. But just because I have trauma associated with people not showing up for me does not mean I have the right to treat people badly because of that. Right? I'm entitled to be upset, and you're entitled to be upset. You're entitled to your feelings, but what you do with those feelings is what makes you an asshole or not. A lot of people in the comments are saying, honestly, it's not worth salvaging. OP said she's been an A+ friend up until now. I'm so shocked. I think that things are going to be different now, but it is her wedding. And, you know, I feel like you have tried to make up for the fact that you can't be there. Just reiterate to her, you know, if you want to keep the friendship, that you love her a lot and you really wish that you could be there for her. And if there's any way that you can make it up to her, like in addition to throwing her an engagement party, you don't want the friendship to go away. At the end of the day, OP has to decide if this friendship is worth saving. Even people in the comments are saying like, you need to really like evaluate this friendship and decide whether this has been a one-sided friendship or not. If there have been things that you've let slide in the past, like literally make a list. Think of like pros and cons, right? Times where she was literally your saving grace, and times where you kind of side-eyed, and really tally that shit up. If she's worth saving, if the positive outweighs the negative, then for sure try. Weddings really do bring out the worst in people, unfortunately. There's just so much expectation and every emotion is so heightened. Yeah, she made a lot of choices. Also, having it right before Christmas is, I wouldn't be actually surprised if a lot of people can't come because of that. Decide if you really want to be friends, and, you know, just show her love, try to make it up to her. She'll get over it eventually, or she won't.